1 John 5:4 says, faith is the victory that overcomes the world. So a lot of this has to do with our mind. It's what you believe. A lot of you are saying, I don't have time to study the Bible. I'm here to tell you, this is number one, you have time for what you make time for. Let me say this again. You have time for what you make time for. If you're saying, I don't have time, what you're really saying is you're not prioritizing the time with God. So just before we deal with this whole time thing, all of us have been giving the same amount of time, 24 hours each day, that we are going to be held accountable on how we are using that. So you have the same amount of time as I do, as someone else does, as the next person, but it's what we prioritize, what we choose to do at that time. So I want you to recognize, whenever you're feeling like you just don't have enough time, just flip the script and replace that with, I have time for what I make time for. Once you take ownership of that, it changes everything. I really challenge you to remove the phrase, I don't have time, from your vocabulary. Never say that again. And every time you are about to say or you do, let that be a trigger and replace it with, I have time for what I make time for. That's step number one. When you realize it's in your ability to do that, this is going to be very important. And another thing that we need to realize is Matthew chapter 7 describes how there's going to be many who say, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? Have we not cast out demons in thy name and done many wonderful works? And Jesus is going to say, depart from me. I never knew you, ye that work iniquity. And I don't know about you, but those words crush me. Every time I hear that, I'm like, Lord, I do not want to be engaged in evangelism and helping others. And my life may be filled with so many good things. I might be doing Bible studies, providing for my family, might be taking care of duties around the house. I could be doing so many good things that I should do. But it's a personal knowledge. It's a knowing of God. I don't want Jesus to say, I never knew you. But friends, it is in the personal devotions when we are able to acquaint ourselves with the will of our Maker. That's where we're able to find direction. That's where He's able to show us the way wherein we walk, what decisions to make, to be able to maximize the life that we have. You know what we don't have time for? We don't have time to be blindly blasting through life without direction from God, without His wisdom, without His guidance, and therefore we're going to make the wrong mistakes. We're going to say the wrong thing to the wrong people. We're going to be spending our time walking down a path that God never sanctioned in His Word. We're fumbling, making all these mistakes, getting scrapes, bruises, wounds, broken heart, and we're going through all of this unnecessary turmoil, all because we didn't have time to study the Bible. Friends, I don't know about you, but I don't have time to make all these mistakes, because my natural heart, there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So our natural inclination without God's direction is going to be in the wrong way, and it's going to lead to death. It's going to lead to destruction. It's going to lead to separation from God. And what does it profit a man if he gain the whole world but lose his soul? We might say it's like, yeah, I mean, Paul, he even said in 1 Corinthians 9 that, like, I keep my body under subjection, lest at any time I, Paul, who have preached to others, I have raised up churches, I have taught before the congregation, I have written pages in the Bible, that if I don't keep my body under subjection, I myself might be a castaway. Paul recognized the importance of exercising that self-control. And I say this because I really want you to understand you have time for what you make time for. If you set a doctor's appointment, you're going to be faithful to that doctor's appointment. Like, you are going to schedule that in your calendar. And if someone calls you like, nope, can't talk, I have a doctor's appointment, I'll call you back later. Someone's going to be like, hey, can I come over at this time? Or I need your help over here. You're like, nope, I'm not available from this time to this time because I have an appointment with Dr. So-and-so. Well, friends, every morning you get to spend time with a great physician who has never lost a case. And he's able to minister to your sin-sick soul. He's able to give you the balm of Gilead, the remedy for all of your troubles and your sorrows. And you know that care that you just hold on your back that weights you down during the day and during the week? Jesus says, come unto me and I'll give you rest. He's giving you the salvation. He's giving you the balm that is able to remedy the pain, the care, the perplexity, the sorrows, the confusion that perplex your mind. He's saying, give me that. Cast your cares upon me, for I careth for you. Having personal devotions is our way of saying, Lord, I trust you. Lord, I give you my first, my best, and I trust you with the rest. I'm going to be faithful during the day, but it starts in faithfulness in our relationship with God. And when we really realize who is counting on you to have the devotions, sometimes we're not willing to do it for our own relationship, but think about this first tip. We're talking about motivation and why we want this and our mindset around this. Sometimes we're unwilling to do the right thing if it's consequences to ourselves. But think about your family. Think about your friends, your coworkers, the influence that you have, the witness of Christ that you're bearing to others. When you don't have your devotions, I know when I don't have my devotions, I can be irritable, I can be cranky, I could be short with people or impatient. These things that I realize that's not Christ. I want to reflect Christ. He has done so much for me. I want to give back to him what he has given me. So I realize that no matter how much good I'm doing for others, if I don't spend time with God and his word and dedicating myself to him each morning, then I'm not able to show up in the lives of my family, my coworkers, my friends, the people that are depending on me to represent Jesus to them. Because many people, you are the closest thing to Jesus that they have in their life. Think about that, friends. And for you to not have your devotions, even whether they know it or not, it can be seen by your actions, by your words of encouragement that you could have said, the word in due season to him that is weary, that you would have spoken if you had spent the first moments of your day in praise and thanksgiving and acquainting yourself with the will of your Maker. So that's number one. You have time for what you make time for.